basket, so keep the ball out of the paint, guard your man.
D50, it comes out for Monte Morris. Porter leaves it off. So Porter's only taken 2 shots. He's back in the game. We heard that soundbite from last year.
And the thing about Denver, they run a lot of pin downs and they run a lot of flares to get Porter open because he's so good with his jump shot. Portland has shown him a lot of extra attention. They've taken those looks away, so he's going to have to find a different way to try to score.
How about the follow? JaMychal Green going up the back.
Brought that same energy today.
Yeah, last game he had a couple of threes right away. 8 points and 5 boards off the bench. 6-point game. 2 minutes gone by in the second 12. Carmelo Anthony in the mid-range game. Sweet stroke. He's always had that. 10th all-time leading scorer.
I tell you, Joe, not too many did it better in the mid-range as far as scoring the basketball. He was a nightmare to guard.
Yeah, he's a big guard is what it boils down to. You can say a small forward, but he shoots like a guard. He's got that good a stroke. Millsap leaving it off. Good idea. Into the shot clock. JaMychal Green gets it. That's big.
Oh, yeah. When you're...
It's 6'10". And boy, what a shooter he is going to be in only his 3rd season. It'll be Marcus Howard filling it up. Just like that. It is a 2-point deficit for Denver. So he lost the handle, brought it back down. McCollum's got it.
I love his energy inside, but Michael Porter Jr. has to realize he's 6'10". Once you get that rebound, squeeze that thing. Don't bring it down. They always teach the big fellas.
Early points now for C.J. McCollum on that take. Breakdown defensively. And a little roll inside for JaMychal Green. You said it. He actually was very good in the first half last game, and that's when the second half it was Austin Rivers' show. Floor. And there's Damian Lillard, who is yet to hit a bucket. Now, he's 0 for 2. He's been at the free throw line, so he's got 4 points. But that bodes well. The guy that finished 3rd in the league in scoring, he's going to get his before it's all said and done.
Yeah, and I thought he might be in after that timeout simply because Portland's offense has gotten a lot stagnant since he's been gone. Not a lot of ball movement, but I guess Stotts feels very comfortable where they're at right now and wants to make sure he gets some rest.
Yeah, the bench scoring's come from Carmelo Anthony. Covington out of the break. Off the lip of the rim short.
Also, another interesting move by Terry Stotts is that he's going with Hollis Jefferson now. It seems like he's taken over Cantor's minutes, so he wants Hollis Jefferson out there for his energy, his defense, and his ability to to switch the screen and roll, as opposed to Cantor being out there for rebounding purposes.
On the take, a lead. JaMychal Green, he'll handle it. Marcus Howard with a good drive and penetration.
Yeah, listen, Howard took that shot that was very wild early on, but ever since then, he's been rock solid. The moment's not too big for this kid.
And right now, it's 17-5 in bench scoring. Very similar to what we saw in the last game when it was 20-3 bench scoring in favor of Denver at the break. Nice crossover. And he'll get there. McCollum.
Yes, nice floater. C.J. McCollum has so many moves one-on-one. But, Joel, you see who's at the scores table as well? Dame Lillard. Stotts is realizing that offensively, we are not getting the same type of looks. Let's put an end to this. Get our guy back in the game.
It's going to be a foul on Anthony Simons. So filling up the box on a regular basis. So we mentioned it. He did not shoot well from beyond the arc. But unlimited range. He's got to be on the floor. And then Terry Stotts brought up something interesting. When I asked him about the 8-man rotation, he goes, your best players in the postseason, they're going to play about 40 minutes a game.
And one thing about the postseason also is the postseason timeouts. Timeouts are a lot longer. When I was playing in D.C. sometimes, man, we would get these long timeouts, man. It'd be like, oh man, this is like 2 timeouts, so you get a lot more rest.
Yeah, your heart rate comes back down. On the step back, now 0 for 3. Damian Lillard wanted some contact underneath, didn't get it. He was matched up against Marcus Howard. Stays a 2-point game. JaMychal Green against the smaller Damian Lillard on the inside out. The 3-ball, Howard.
I tell you what, Howard's aggressive, isn't he?
You don't have to ask him twice.
Well, this is a guy that had some 40 and 50-point games in college, so he is not afraid to go out there and get a bucket. He
is 1 for 4 overall, and all 4 shots have come from beyond the arc. Carmelo Anthony couldn't get it to go, and then it's going to be a hold by Michael Porter Jr. And you brought it up, there's Rondae Hollis Jefferson, more athletic than Cantor, but Cantor's a great offensive rebounder.
Yes, he is. He's a great offensive rebounder, but they're willing to switch that. They want more defense as opposed to the rebounding, and that is why Hollis Jefferson is in the game and getting these minutes.
And as soon as we mentioned it, he's out of the game.
Well, I mean, maybe was that the announcer's jinx? But he was getting more minutes than he was getting before that.
The curse.
Yeah.
So we're halfway through the second 12 and a 2-point lead for the Blazers. They've been up by as many as 10. Sharing it, Covington, too strong. And Austin Rivers will come up with it after it was deflected away. They've got Campazzo out of that whistle and Jokic back on the floor. And an ISO play for Jokic. That's more like it, but still, he is struggling. 3 of 10 from the field. And that's usually automatic for him. He spoils us.
I know. And the Joker coming into this game was shooting 57% from the floor in this series. So to see him miss some of these shots that he normally makes is surprising.
That's a smart play. Covington just lost. They didn't have the depth defensively, and he waited, didn't he? Good pass by CJ.
Well, Nurkic set a good back screen, and Joker got caught in no man's land. He didn't stay with Nurkic, and then he didn't pick up Covington.
Aaron Gordon shares it. Campazzo off the heel. Second chance opportunity. Inside the arc this time. And the same result, unfortunately, for Marcus Howard. He's now 1 for 5. So the struggles continue, yet Portland's only up by 4. It'll be Nurkic. Good quick release before Aaron Gordon could come into the equation.
I like the fact that Portland is really looking for Nurkic inside, whether it's on rolls or sometimes just giving him ISOs. Sometimes your best offense can be